Hello everyone and welcome to Blog on Everything and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to trash performances by FC Barcelona. I don't really know what else to say here. It was quite the underwhelming performance this time around up against Girona, and look, if you look at the stats that you see from this match, you're going to see that Girona overperformed from whatever XG that they generated. And to be quite honest, that's something which I guess we should expect. That's kind of what Girona are doing this season. But one thing we shouldn't really be expecting and shouldn't be comfortable with accepting is the way that FC Barcelona performs when it comes to the final third. Okay, because once again, going by XG in this game, Barcelona underscoring by at least 2 goals, and this is the third match straight we've seen this happen. Against Porto, we saw it happen against Atleti, and now it's happened here against Girona. And of course, Girona, in my opinion, were worthy winners in this game. You know, Barca, especially their defending on those last 2 goals that Girona scored, it was just unacceptable. And at this level, you're going to get punished when you're going up against, the league leaders in Girona. And anyway, all the best to them. I hope they can keep all of that going. And if they could win a Liga, that would be like pretty dope. Even though they're kind of like not so much of a fairy tale story because of the City Group connection. But now I'm just going off on a tangent. The issue here is that FC Barcelona lost at home by 4 goals to 2 against Girona, and there are a lot of fingers to point here. Okay, you've heard me already talking about the defending. You've heard me talking about the finishing. The specific players we can talk about. I don't really feel like going through all of that at this moment in time. Maybe just a more in-depth kind of talk on the podcast would be more appropriate for that, because right now, it's pretty late where I am. It's past 1 a.m. and I just want to go to bed at this point in time. But yeah, a lot of fingers to point, and of course Xavi is not going to be exempt from those fingers that are pointed. And when things go well, we're quick to give him the credit for it, and when things don't go too well, once again we're quick to blame him for it. Even though you'd think that if our strikers did their job, I don't know, if they could do their job every once in a while, Xavi probably wouldn't have had it as bad as he has right now. I mean, there's probably a case to be had that Barca could be top of La Liga, because, if our strikers were doing the job, we could have been in Real Madrid. We could have beaten Girona here tonight. We could have probably beaten teams like Granada and Mallorca as well. But, like I said, plenty of blame to go around here. Xavi didn't make maybe the best of substitutions, or at least some of his personnel decisions. I don't know exactly how to put it here, but there's something lacking here. This team reminds me a lot of Manchester United, oddly enough, because you saw them go from beating Chelsea, looking pretty good, to losing at home to Bournemouth, not looking at all good. And it's the same thing here with Barca. You've seen them go from dominating Atleti, beating Atleti, who, in my opinion, have actually been a more informed team than Girona. They've been playing better recently than Girona has. I'm not looking at over the course of the season, but just, recently. Coming up to these matches against Barca, Atleti were playing better than Girona were. But Barcelona completely dominated Atleti. But here we see them against Girona, and, that second half in particular, Girona were just, passing the ball around at will. That was always coming from the Girona fans. I wouldn't even be surprised if some Barca fans just decided to support Girona, because, Barca didn't look like they were trying. Barcelona's players didn't look like they were putting in enough effort. And for me, that's maybe where one of the big issues here, because it looks like sometimes these guys can choose to perform and choose not to perform as well. And just, switching off, conceding some of the dumbest goals. Okay, we saw that goal against Alaves. One of the dumbest goals that we've ever conceded. And here, the fourth goal in particular, I mean, Gutierrez was open wide on that free kick, and he made the run. Initially, the ball wasn't passed to him, and I was thinking, surely somebody will pick him up now. But no, nobody picked him up, and he was still able to get the ball. And there was so much here that Barcelona did wrong. And, at the end of the day, I don't want to take away again from Girona. Congratulations to them. As for Barcelona, well, we'll see when these guys feel motivated again to perform. Otherwise, I think at the bare minimum, Robert Lewandowski needs a long time out of this team just to, think about his life and his choices and just think about what he's doing exactly, because this is now the third game straight, he did it against Porto and Atleti as well. He did it here, where like it was the ball was basically just needing a small touch to go in. It would have been 3-3 after a brilliant pass from Lamine, and it's basically a carbon copy actually of the chance he missed against Atleti when Rafinha played a similar ball into him, and the same result here. Okay, you could let's say maybe okay one was a fluke, but it happened twice now, and anyway, I just I don't really have anything else to say. But Lou, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Whatever did you think of Barcelona's performance? I'm still away from my typical setup, so this is as good as the audio or the videos likely to get. But aside from that, I thank you all for tuning in. Do have a great day, and Forza Barca.